what's up guys, it's Edward, the world's people's champ, and today's video is called How to Add Stunning Value and Create Influence. That is the title of this video, and I promise to show you how to add stunning value to all of the people in your circle and create influence in the process. Well, let me share with you one of my favorite quotes from Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein once said, "Try not to become a person of success, but rather a person of value." You see, how do you become a person of value? A person that other people have high regards for and value highly. Well, one of the ways to do that is by finding a void, finding a problem that other people have and helping them solve that problem. For example, if you're in real estate and you notice that one of your buyers calls you and says, "Hey, I cannot make the 6 o'clock appointment. Could we postpone it for another day?" "Sure, not a problem. I'm here to serve you. I'm just curious, like what happened?" "No, my daughter is dealing with a situation with her boyfriend and I gotta go help her." That is your moment to step in, not be a counselor, not be a psychologist, but offer some words of inspiration. Because in that moment, if you inspire that person to think in a different way, trust me, when they hang up the phone, they will look at you in a different manner. And it's exactly what I did. When I was in real estate and I used to show homes, and I used to work with homeowners, and I was constantly on the road, showing homes and negotiating offers and marketing these properties, I was constantly looking for problems that I could solve. I knew that if I could solve problems, I could become a person of value. So I was always looking to see how I could become a person of value. Now here's the interesting part. You do not need money to become a person of value. Because sometimes people tell me, "Hey Edward, oh my God, you don't know my situation. I'm going through a lot. I have no car. I have to take bus to my appointments, or I have to take the train, or I have to borrow cars, and I just don't have money, and I'm struggling, and this and that." And hey, I got that. But you do not need money to make a difference in someone else's life. If you're constantly adding value, making a difference, people will start to see you as a person of value. And people who are perceived that have high value are in demand and make a lot of money. Did you know that? So let me share with you a story that illustrates exactly this teaching point. So there was a kid, and his name was Tony. Tony was paraplegic. He was about 19 years old, and he went looking for a job, and everyone said no, because basically, he was in his wheelchair, and many of the bosses said, "Hey, what can he do?" Right? Basically. So Tony used to work in the supermarket. And when he used to work in the supermarket, he told the boss, "Hey, can I at least pack bags? Can I at least help the people in the aisles, the cashiers? Can I help them pack the bags? And I'll collect some tips. And could you pay me minimum wage?" He goes, "You know what? Sure. Why not? That's the least we could do for you. You're always in a good mood. You're always asking for a job, You're very persistent. We see you got a good attitude. Not a problem." But Tony had a plan. See, Tony said, I need to figure out a way to offer massive value to the owner of this supermarket. If I can show him that I am a person of value, if I can offer massive value, then I will become a person in demand. And if I become a person that is in demand, then they will have to pay me big bucks. So he was paraplegic. He was handicapped. He wasn't handicapped up here. He had a physical handicap. Some of you guys have a mental handicap. I'd rather you not have a mental handicap. But in any case, he was committed to providing massive value. Are you committed to adding massive value? You see, in the world of value, you are either adding value, you are subtracting value, or you are neutral. Now, being neutral and subtracting value from other people, always complaining, putting excuses, that's not going to work. That's someone who subtracts value. So if you subtract value, you will never be successful. If you are neutral, you will never be successful. To become super successful, as Albert Einstein once said, try not to become a person of success, become a person of value. So always look for ways to add value, not subtract value or be neutral when it comes to being a person of value, but adding value. So going back to the story of Tony, the paraplegic 19-year-old. So Tony said to his boss, "Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm going to demonstrate to you that you made the right decision in hiring me." So as soon as he left his office, his boss's office, he started thinking, "Hey, how can I add massive value? How can I add massive value? How can I make a difference in this place?" Well, he started packing bags. In the beginning, he would just greet people. He said, "Hi, how are you doing today? My name is Tony. I'm here to pack your bags and be of service." "Hi, my name is Tony. I'm here to pack your bags and be of service." So in the beginning, he was just cheerful. He had a great attitude. But then he said, "Wait a second. I'm not adding value. I'm just being cheerful right now. I'm being optimistic, but I'm not adding value." So Tony said, I got a good idea. So that night when he went home, he wrote 100 positive quotes on little pieces of paper. So he cut out a sheet of paper and he just wrote a bunch of quotes, 100 positive quotes, and he cut them with a scissor and he put them in a little bag. And on the following day, when it was time to pack the bags, he would tell people, "Hey, would you like to know your quote of the day?" He goes, "Excuse me?" "Yeah. Everyone who passes through this line gets a quote of the day. Much like a fortune cookie, except I get to open it and I get to read it to you." "Sure. What is my quote of the day?" "Yeah, this is your quote. I'm going to give it to you, and you have to live and practice this quote throughout the week." "Sure. Please tell me." So then he would open up his bag. He would pick out a quote. He would read it to them, and they would say, "Wow, thank you very much." On the following day, he brought 100 more quotes, and he did it throughout the whole week. Then over time, he started running out of quotes. So he had to come up with more quotes and more quotes and more quotes. He was going to bed later and later and later and later and later, but he was inspiring people. All of a sudden, people started coming back to Tony saying, "Tony, remember that quote that you shared with me? Oh my God, I made a new decision. Oh my God, it put me in a different state of mind. Oh my God, ever since that day, X, Y, and Z happened. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony." Then one day, the manager, he was up and above, because most supermarket managers are in the second floor and they look down, they get to see all the cashiers, and he was looking down, and he sees that cashier number 9 had a long line. So he called 2 employees to open up 2 new cash registers so that they could, help move people faster. But no one wanted to leave cashier number 9. And said, "You can move to the other 2 cashiers. We have 2 new cashiers," they would say over the loudspeakers. No, we want to stay here because Tony is about to give me my positive quote of the day, and I'm not going to that line. I'm waiting for Tony. People demanded to see Tony. Pretty soon, people were asking Tony for advice. So Tony now became a counselor, a motivator, a psychologist, an inspirator. Tony found a way to add massive value. And all of a sudden, the manager started to take notice. And then the manager called Tony over and said, "Tony, you started that about a month ago, right?" He goes, "Yeah, about 5 weeks ago to be exact." "Yeah, ever since you started, I've noticed an increase in customers. A lot more people are coming to the business and they're asking for you. This is pretty awesome. What is it you're doing?" He goes, "Well, I write positive quotes." And yeah, he goes, "People are asking me to give you a raise." He goes, "Well, am I getting a raise?" He goes, "You are. Hell yeah, you're getting a raise. You're now cashier number 9. He goes, "Wow, I get to operate my own cashier. I don't have to pack bags." "Yes, but please continue giving quotes." Well, 2 years later, Tony was the manager of that supermarket. And 5 years later, he was the partner of 3 supermarkets. Tony was a young millionaire. This paraplegic young kid became a multi-millionaire because he found a way to deliver massive value. So if you want to experience a new level of success, if you want a raise, if you want a promotion, if you want to move to the next level, just find ways to add more value. Add more value, attract more success. And I'll end this video with this quote one more time. Albert Einstein once said, "Try not to be a person of success, rather strive to be a person of value." I'll leave you with that quote in mind, and I encourage you to do something with it. Bye for now.